And and I recognize the presence of President Marcus and President Jude. I'm happy I've said there's nothing like an outgoing president. And thank you so much, Dr. Jude, because you've been there for Awola. And you can see, because Awola is anchored on leadership. Dr. Jude, as the president of One Nigeria, ensured women within no one network, they are part of this movement. And riding on what Dr. Jude has wrapped up with, today we are talking about beyond farming, and us as women in agroecology, women in organic agriculture, women in agriculture, we have to command the territorial market, the national market, and also think around the global value chains. That's a good challenge, and I'm happy you are challenging us to do that. And to begin with is farming is built on the shoulders of women, and we know women in Africa, we are always in the farms, we're in the market, we are all over, but the benefits are not equal. And that's why Awola came on board to build and fast-track leadership capacity of women so that we can be able to be in decision-making tables. We can move beyond being just producers and just doing local markets and territorial markets. We want our voices, our priorities to be in the national and the continental and the global strategies, registrations, because whatever is happening is really affecting all of us. So to begin with, I was checking, I know we are in the era of the World Cup. How many of us are watching World Cup? I'm so sorry, your team has been kicked out. And I've seen all the Awola country implementing partners, that is Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, and Malawi, and even Ghana. We didn't even qualify. And also some of our other countries have been kicked out, but it's okay. That's why Awola is here, to build and fast-track women leadership capacity. And number two is to ensure those platforms where we cannot access, we are looking for resources, we are looking for financing, we are talking to the decision makers to ensure no one is being left behind. And Awola is built on the mentorship approach, because we believe we need to learn from each other. We need to hold each other accountable, and women, we need to come together so that we can be able to support each other. And I'm happy we have male allies. That's why you can see Dr. Jude here and other men, because we need to work together, because the challenge of food system is affecting all of us. And why leadership is very critical for Awola is because food system transformation requires courageous leadership. We have to ask who is leading and how are we leading, so that's why we are building the capacity of women farmers, not just to remain farmers, but to be farmers who are thinking about their seeds, who are thinking about what policies are saying, who are thinking about their antenna systems, who are thinking about climate change and how it's affecting them, and how farmers in Nigeria and in Kenya, when African Union is coming together, how those decisions are affecting them. Then also when we go to professional women, like me, who is leading this program, do I have the Africa women in agroecology and organic agriculture and the whole food system when I'm planning, when I'm designing, when I'm doing all that? So we move from just being project officers, but to be leaders who are transforming our organizations. And also when we talk about policy and advocacy, because it's also something very great in Awola, is not women just participating in conferences. Like right now, I'm in a big conference in Kenya, Confinas, financing agri-food system sustainably. It's not about just participating. It's us being here, presenting the work that you are doing. It's us being here, challenging what has been happening. It's us being here, sharing the success stories. It's us being here to collaborate and to build partnerships. And the other part, which is the most interesting one, is agroecological entrepreneurship, where are the women in the agriculture value chain. So Awola is very keen to nurture and to support women to raise in the agriculture value chains. Dr. Jude has talked about how can we command the global value chains. How can we ensure Nigeria products are coming to Kenya? How can we ensure products produced by women, by youth and farmers in Africa, in Uganda, are going to Zimbabwe and South Africa? How can we ensure women farmers are happy? So Awola is very keen to ensure women who are in agroecological entrepreneurship, they are mentored, they are supported, and you also give them a business incubation support, because sometimes where the challenge is coming is either women don't have enough funding, or maybe they're not able to access certifications, or maybe they're not able to compete with other big players in that sector. But Awola is nurturing, is mentoring, is supporting to ensure these women are having that capacity. And finally, Awola is also keen to build a platform where we bring women together in Africa so that we can be able to discuss issues to do with policies, we can be able to share knowledge, we can be able to share our experiences, we can be able to have one common voice for women leaders in agroecology. And I'm so excited to let you know this year we'll be hosting Africa Women in Agroecology Expo. We have not yet decided where it's going to be. I hope one day, of course, not this year. We are going to come to West Africa, so that my sisters in Kenya, I can see you, Akina Monica. Let me just see this in Kiswahili. Hivi karibuni tutawapeleka Nigeria mkutane na dada zenu na wakulima wenzenu. So what I mean is that, so this form a regional platform for Africa where we bring women together, we bring leaders together, bring partners together, and donors and government to discuss and come up with a communique for what we want to be done for women in agroecology. So that when you're talking about beyond farming, maybe it's about policy we need to change. Maybe it's about financing we need to change. So this year we are going to have our expo. It's going to be in September. We are going to communicate the dates in few days to come. And this time round, it's open to all of us, though there will be a registration fee. But we want to bring all women together, the policymakers, people who are supporting different things in agriculture, because we need to collaborate and work together. And we hope one or maybe next year or the other year, we can be able to come to Nigeria. If our Nigeria sisters, you are going to host us, we hope we'll be able to go to West Africa. And finally, just to add to what we are discussing today, beyond farming, sorry guys, my earphones are really, giving me hand time. So when we talk about beyond farming and what Awola is doing, what we are focusing on is for the farmers, we want them to move beyond just being farmers, but to be transformation farmers who are not just planting, who are not just being producers, but farmers who are thinking about their seeds, who are thinking about tomorrow, who are thinking about the future, and farmers who we can get knowledge and they can be a resource to other people, and also farmers who can produce beyond what they are producing in their farm, just for the family, but even for the market. Also, when agro-entrepreneurs come to Awola, we want them not just to be local agro-entrepreneurs. We want them to become global industry leaders where they can be making decisions. They can be in those chamber of commerce. What are they doing? And also they can be able to earn good income, which is making, bringing a decent income to them, decent jobs to them. And I'm so happy we have a lot of agroecological products. You can see I always carry them with me. This is a biofertilizer. Women with clean care, you can see this is what we have. Those want juices, we can compete with the big companies. We have now our agroecological products. Like this one is a juice from Kenya. And also for the farmers, you can see, So why I'm talking about this is to show you through Awola and through collaboration of NOAN, Pelam Kenya and other partners, we are really building capacity of women to move beyond just farming, to become entrepreneurs who are able to produce enough, even for the global market. They can be able to produce enough for the billion farmers that we have in Africa. And also, we are bringing visibility to women. That's why, like today, I'm in this conference with other Awola, because this is where decisions are being made. The financing institutions have gathered in Kenya to discuss how can they de-risk the youth and the women. Then why are we not here? So Awola is really creating the visibility of women so that we can say what are the challenges. They don't have collaterals. They don't have the information. How can we use the existing system? Like in Kenya, we call them chamas. I don't know, the small groups for women. Can they be used as collaterals? Their data which they keep every day, because women are very organized, can they be used to be like not their collaterals, but that data can be used for them to get loans? And also them participating in the policy processes, and also collaborating and bringing everyone together. So I welcome everyone to this conversation. Please let us share, let us learn. And thank you so much, Awola Nigeria, for hosting this, and congratulations for launching Awola Nigeria, finishing cohort 1, and now we are in cohort 2. We are together in this, and we want to learn more, where now we move from just farming to be able to get to build sustainable enterprises, and how we can get more product from what you are doing and more value. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Monica. Can we give her a lot of hearts in the chat? Thank you so much, and well done, well done, well done. All right, so I'm going to invite Queen, who is one of the cohort one. She's going to take the profile of our speaker, and immediately after Queen, we'll have our speaker. By the way, please send messages to your community. You don't want to miss this webinar. You don't want to miss this. People need to learn. There's a lot that we can do beyond farming. So the next voice you'll be hearing will be that of Queen. Once she's done reading the profile of our speaker, we are going to have um, our speaker come up. I was seeing Queen's video. I can't seem to see her video again. Sorry. Queen. All right.
Okay, okay. Thank you. It is a great pleasure that I introduce our facilitator for today's webinar, Funmi Adams, a dynamic agribusiness entrepreneur with over 13 years of business experience, spanning farming, food processing, and exports. Operating across the agricultural value chain, she is deeply committed to advancing sustainable agriculture, food security, and agribusiness development. Her expertise covers primary production, value addition, and international trade, positioning her as a visionary leader driving economic growth within her community and beyond. She is a proud nominee of the International Women in Agro Award in Accra, recognized for excellence, innovation, and leadership in agriculture. Her work reflects resilience, strategic foresight, and a passion for transforming locally produced goods into competitive products for both domestic and international markets. A graduate of Bowen University, Funmi combines academic knowledge with practical experience to deliver measurable impact in business and community development. Beyond agriculture, she is a committed social impact leader. She has served for 15 years as the assistant president of an orphanage dedicated to children with special needs, where she champions advocacy, inclusive care, and empowerment initiatives for vulnerable children. Funmi Adams is also the founder of Mental Health Haven for CEOs, a platform dedicated to supporting the mental wellness, resilience, and emotional strength of business leaders. Through this initiative, she provides a safe space for executives to prioritize mental health while sustaining peak performance. As a wife and mother, she balances entrepreneurship, leadership, and family life with integrity, compassion, and determination. Her mission is to create sustainable impact in agriculture, empower leaders, and uplift communities through both economic and social transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, with so much excitement, please join me in welcoming our dynamic Funmi Adams as she takes the stage. Please let's give her a love emoji, a clap emoji. Let's welcome our great facilitator. Thank you, Madam Hepzibah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mom.
Good morning. Can you see me?
Not yet.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
What's wrong? So sorry.
But I mean, you can still go on. You can go on while we try to troubleshoot the video. I'm putting a prompt asking you to start video. Okay. Let's give her about a few seconds. It looks like a network, so she's trying to, it's showing joining, so we could just give her a few seconds. Okay, awesome. Now we can see you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear and see you.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Good morning, everyone.
Good
I'm
morning.
very, very sorry for that. Good morning. Good morning, Sister Epsiba. Good morning, the professors in the building. I'm so sorry. I'm a very, very practical person. Like I told her earlier that I'm not the book kind of person. So when I saw all those big grammars, I was like, don't expect that from me. I'm coming to teach you practical, real life stories. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. Thank you, Awola Initiative, for inviting me. And thank you, everyone, for taking your time to join. Please, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Can please go ahead. Awesome. Yes.
Thank you. So my name is Funmi Adams. I'm a graduate of Bowen University. I'm here to just tell you practical stories. I'm a graduate of Bowen University. I'm also the founder of GH Farms Limited, GH Logistics, and GH Grills. So I'm here to share my experience about agriculture. Unlike others, I've always known from the beginning that I'll be an agro practitioner. I'm going to practice agriculture. So in school and growing up, everybody will be like, why agriculture? You're supposed to be selling clothes or go and look for jobs in the bank. But I've always loved agriculture and I wanted to make a difference and make agriculture have a different meaning to people. Even before knowing what processing or packaging or anything, any of that means, I've always had that initiative to take agriculture to the next level. So I finished school 2010. Then I went straight into agriculture. I went into fish farming. I had the farm. Then I just want to share 3 experiences before I start. So I have a farm because I still have the farm. So I have the farm and I had fishes in the pond. I was expecting returns. I had a lot of losses. I put my all, since it was my course, I studied animal science and fisheries management. So I put my all into the feeding, into the feed formulation and all. So when it was time for the harvest, then we experienced a whole lot of disappointments. So that very first harvest, that was the first clue to let me know that I can't continue like this. It has to be processing. It has to be, I have to take it to the next level. So we had so many wastage. We have so many fishes that died. We had so many, we had, when you want to sell and you're selling for the first time, they will, they will come and cheat you or, all that. So that was my first bad experience. Then I went into planting also. I planted vegetables. I planted vegetables on like 8 plots of land then. Then they were pricing the whole vegetable for 5,000 naira. Then I thought about it that why planting the vegetable when I can make that vegetable something else? Why rear fish and stay for 3 months, 4 months before harvesting? So I started thinking about different things to do about farming. You cannot just be farming. In fact, while practicing farming alone, my family and friends will come and start asking, what are you doing? Will you go and look for a job? I was like, I have a farm. You have a farm, but you're always home. You're always free. I felt too free, like I was doing nothing. And I'm very, very, I like being busy. So I started thinking about different things that this farming that we are doing. And there was a particular time I was keeping ram, sheep, goats, and all. And, the fact that I thought I knew what I was doing, I used my own hands to inject maybe like 5 and they all died instantly. So it's not the wrong medication. I don't know, maybe it's, when they teach you in school for 6 years, it's different from what you've been practicing for a long time. And that was what I learned again, that no matter how educated you are, you still need experience. You still need people that has done it before. You still need people that has fallen and are still doing it. So no matter the education, when it comes to agriculture, you can never know all. You have to keep learning. You have to put people that knows about it. Those local farmers, they have to be beside you. They have to be around you all the time because you can never be too sure with agriculture, with farming. So our topic today is beyond farming. How can women create value and grow sustainable agriculture? When people hear agriculture, they just think about farming and keeping livestock. That's the first thing, and that's the only thing majority of people think about. When they hear farming, they just feel you're planting and you're keeping animals. But agriculture is much bigger than that. In the real sense of it, agriculture is beyond just farming. We have production, we have packaging. In fact, all these topics are a whole lot of topics on its own. It's a very, very interesting topic, but I'm just used to the practical aspects. So I just hope I'll be able to explain and you'll be able to understand because I'm a very, very practical person. I don't talk so much and I'm a very shy person also. So when we talk about beyond farming, we have a lot of things we can do. Processing, packaging, branding, marketing, innovation. For example, like the first example I made was farming of vegetables. So you imagine you planting vegetables for a while and waiting, well, not so long because vegetable, and you just make a little amount of money. And imagine making that vegetable, processing it into dry. You can dehydrate it and make it dry. You can imagine processing dry ewedu and selling it for export. That's what I do. I dry vegetables. One of what I do, dry vegetables, processing it for export. Now I cannot imagine selling a particular, for example, if this, you know how much they sell vegetables in Nigeria. I don't know if it's the same with other countries. Vegetable is like the cheapest thing. If you want to buy this vegetable for 15 naira, once it is dried, you're going to sell it like times 10. In fact, when it comes to processing and adding value to agric plants, you can dictate the price you want to sell yours. The market is not competitive. You can say this is the amount you want to sell yours. So imagine you processing ewedu and turning it into dry ewedu. Number one, you've shifted it from 0 to 100. The price can never be the same. In fact, you're going to make more than times 2 of the amount you are supposed to make if it was fresh. Now imagine packaging it also. Packaging that ewedu, just putting it inside black nylon, you sell it different prices entirely than putting it inside a very modified, beautiful package. I always tell people that before they eat through their eyes. Before you eat through your mouth, you eat through your eyes. It has to attract you first before you say, okay, let me just put it in my mouth. So imagine somebody selling the ewedu and it's inside nylon. and I bring my own inside box and I tell you that my own is 50,000 naira and that other person is selling 10,000, you understand the reason why it is just 10,000 naira. So the picture on your screen right now is pomo. We all know pomo Ijebu, cow skin. This is just the regular cow skin that most Ijebu people sell. So cow skin, we processed it, we made it dry for export, then we package it inside their pack. So if everybody is selling their pomo for 15 naira, our own can never be the same price because of the packaging, because of the value we've added to it. So those are the pictures there. That's pomo. We have dried snail, we have catfish, we have a whole lot. I don't want to bore you with so many pictures. That was I just sent those few. So sorry. So I also want to talk about, I want to give different samples of different things you can add value to, different agricultural products that you can add value to. For example, tomatoes. You can use tomatoes to do tin tomato. You can use it to do ketchup. You can use it to do a whole lot of things. Catfish. Like I always tell people that catfish is like a business on its own. Okay, this on your screen is water, just water. Everybody knows water. Now, the first picture there is a water inside a sachet, inside a nylon. Then the next one is inside a cup. They are the same quantity, the same quantity of water inside the nylon, inside the cup, inside the bottle. See all the bottles. The price the first person is going to sell her own is different from the price the last person or the person that is using a metal bottle is going to sell. So this is just talking about packaging, how packaging can elevate your products from 0 to 100. So packaging is very, very important when it comes to adding value to things. So can you help me put it in the catfish picture? The catfish, please.
All right, just give me 30 seconds. I'll just share all the big pictures so that.
Okay, so let me just talk about catfish, for example, now. So catfish, for catfish, people just farm, I've farmed catfish before and I'll be selling it like that. So farmers will just come, they'll pack the fish and that's all, it's gone. So I noticed, for example, we are selling 1 kg of catfish fresh, you're selling it for 4,000 naira, you are selling that 1 kg for 18,000 naira when it's dried. So even if you had the cost price and everything, you still make more than enough when it is dried. So processing is very, very important when it comes to adding value to things. This is catfish, your pictures. We have different types we have the folded, we have the cut, we have the catfish fillet, we have the catfish powder, we have the catfish oil. So from catfish alone, you have a whole lot of things you can get from catfish. So let's move to the next. What does beyond farming mean? Please, can somebody unmute our mic and just tell us what he or she understands by beyond farming? When they say beyond farming, what's the layman's explanation? Just tell us what beyond farming is. What does beyond farming mean to you? Anybody?
Okay, anyone that wants to speak might be safe to just, okay, someone is raising their hand. All right.
Okay.
Victoria Chisom, either of the two of you can go ahead.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Chisom Anizoba and an Awola mentee. And what I understand from the top team, beyond farming, it means transformation beyond the production, to go into the value chain, to involve yourself in the processes, in the policy making, in the channels, different channels of value chain from the agricultural products. It just means going beyond the farm, the farm into various areas in agriculture. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So beyond farming,
Yes.
is someone
it
else
fine?
talking?
Yes, Victoria.
Okay.
Morning, everybody. My name is Victoria Labodi, and I'm an Awola mentee. So Chisom has said everything. beyond farming is going beyond production in agriculture, but also exploring other aspects of the value chain like processing, transportation, aggregation, packaging, exportation, even farmers' mental health and policy creation. And that is what I understand what beyond
Yes,
farming is. Thank you much.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. So to me, beyond farming means asking the first thing you're going to ask yourself is what value, what is lacking in my environment? When you the first thing you're going to look at is what is lacking in my environment? What is that particular thing in my environment that that is lacking behind? For example, when I have
I'm guessing it's a network. Can we please hold on a little bit? No, it's not your internet. I think it's a network. Can we just hold on a bit for her to be back on the call? Okay, whilst we are waiting for her to come back, I just felt it's important to spotlight that all the images we had shared earlier on are images from her business. This dry cow skin, it's been branded and packaged. It's from our business. Same as this dry snail. And when she shared the images with me this morning, I was just thinking off the top of my head that this is export ready, this is export standard. So I hope that it would incite or it would inspire something in everyone. So quick story. While I was talking with her 2 days ago, as she was talking so much about her business, I had to patronize her, not out of anything. She had something I needed. She was selling something I needed, so I patronized her. And I was in awe of the branding and the packaging when he arrived. In fact, for the dry skin, what's it called? The dry cow skin. I was so shocked that okay, she's back on the call. I was so shocked at even the quantity because I buy from somebody else and the way it was packaged. Even for the local one, it was well packaged. So I'm sure that if you enter a store today with this, you would definitely want to buy. All right, Miss Fumi. Let me stop sharing and see.
can you hear me now?
All right. Yes, yes, now we can.
I'm so sorry about that. Like I said, I'm not used to this. I'm used to being on the farm and in the production room. So beyond farming means looking beyond production. It means asking, how can I increase the value of what I produce? Whatever it is you produce, how can you increase the value of what you produce? Like I always tell my students that when it comes to agriculture, you you don't have to do everything. But with time, with the way you grow in business, you'll be adding different things to it. So I always tell my students that apart so many things that will make you give up and that will make you not want to go ahead with it. So apart from having passion, you have Please let me know if you can hear me, because it keeps going off
Okay,
and on.
yes, now you're back.
Okay. So the first question you ask is, how can you solve a problem for your customers? Like, we have so many products. I always tell my staff that we sell convenience. We have so many products that will make life easy for our customers. For example, beans. Everybody sells beans. You can go to the market and buy beans. But the value we added to our own beans, number one, we made it a very good quality honey beans. Number two, it is already picked, very clean. The only thing you have to do is just to cook it. And to go beyond that, beans, okay, some people want to make moi moi or make akara, but so many wives now, because of the internet age, so many of us are lazy or we are busy. So imagine us having bean flour that you can use to make your moi moi. You don't have to peel beans. We have peeled beans. We have bean flour. We have gbegiri mix. We have all those beans products in different forms. So even if you don't want one, we have the one that has crayfish already. We have the one that has pepper already. We have another product that is ayamashi sauce. You know, it's not everybody that can make ayamashi. We already have it like a tomato paste in a pack. So we are selling convenience for people. So you have to look around you. You check the people around you. Maybe you work in an office space, or maybe your church or your mosque or anything. You look around you. Look at the particular need that needs to be met. When it comes to value addition, if you are meeting a particular need, you don't have to compete with anybody. They will pay for that service. They will look for you with that money. Even when you are sleeping, they will come and meet you. The only thing you need is that resilience and just for you to think. If you can think and you are creative, you can do anything with anything when it comes to food. So I've cited example with this. You look around you and check what you can add value to. Check what the problem you can solve. How can I earn more with the same products? I think I've already said that. How you can earn more with the same products? Okay, like Pomo, for example. Everybody sells, I think that the price of Pomo Ijebu, if you go to Ijebu, well, if you are an Ijebu bridge, you already know the price of Pomo. Everybody, they have a particular price that they sell it. And even if you go to the market, they already know that if it's not coming from Ijebu and it's going to the market, they will just add 2,000 naira. But when it comes to you adding value to it, you can actually do anything. It doesn't have to be what I'm saying. You can think beyond just drying and packaging it. You can think beyond, you can think about anything when it comes to food. So if you do that, your price for the same products, you can sell it any amount. You'll be the one to dictate your own price. Your price is not going to be a general price that everybody, like when you go to the market, you know you meet it this amount. So far, people are they are buying quality and they are buying convenience. They will surely buy, no matter the amounts you put. For example, I think I've talked about tomatoes too. Tomatoes can be turned into tomato paste. In fact, there was a particular, we always do food sharing. Apart from what we sell, every 2 weeks, we do food sharing. So some of our customers will even tell us after sharing pepper, a woman told me that, why can't you be blending the pepper? Mix the three, everything with onions, blend it and put it inside the freezer. I was like, you don't even want to do anything again. But imagine that is what one person is doing. They are going to farms, because we also try to source from organic farmers. You know, now people use chemical, they use a lot of things to farm. So we always try to source from right sources. So imagine you collaborating with a farmer, and the farmer plants only pepper, and you processing that pepper. You know that this processing now, you don't need a lot of things to do. All you need to do is just to blend and package it. Imagine packaging it into a sachet, like sachet tomato. Imagine you putting it inside beautiful buckets and putting it in the freezer. So that's alone, you cannot sell it the same amount. That's a way of, scaling your 20 naira business to 200,000 immediately. Very simple and easy. Cassava too. Cassava also can be, you can use cassava as gari. I think everybody knows that. You can use cassava as cassava flour. And there's this interesting products that we sell. I think it's now common, but it was, it wasn't common like maybe 2 years ago. Coconut gari. Coconut infused gari. In fact, some people tried to copy the idea and started using coconut flavor into gari. But this one is coconut infused gari. When you are drinking the gari, you'll be tasting that coconut. It's very, very nice. Apart from you having that crunchiness in the gari, because everything about it, when you're adding value to something, you have to make sure you're using good quality. When the quality is standard and good, no matter how they want to copy, people will always copy. It can never be like the original because you have already set that standard that this is what you want to use. So our gari, that coconut gari is very, 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 very crunchy. It swells. So imagine everybody knows they sell Congo of gari. I'm not sure, maybe less than 200 naira. But this 1 kg is less than a Congo, and we sell it 4,000 naira. And that 4,000 naira, people will still be hoarding it for customers. We'll still be keeping it for people. Why? What makes it different? Gari is gari, but the difference is that taste. That coconut that was infused in it is the difference. So that value added, the addition alone. So I thought about it again that it's not everybody that can actually afford that 4,000 naira at once. So we started putting it into cups. So that cup again, we'll put granite, put spoon. Then people started calling for parties. We started using that as party, when you go for parties, instead of small chops, people have started taking coconut infused gari and granules for parties. So you can be creative around anything agriculture. It's very, very interesting. Milk too. Milk can be processed into yogurt. Yes, coconut flakes too. You can have, for coconut, let's talk about coconut too. For coconut, you can have a whole lot of, we sell local snacks too. For coconut, we can have coconut flakes, coconut candy, all those local snacks, their Yoruba names is what I know, so I don't want to bore you with that. But coconut, you can use coconut to do a whole lot of things. See coconut oil too. Imagine you selling only the oil from coconut. And when it comes to agriculture, nothing is waste. Nothing is wastage. You cannot, even seeds, even if you sell fruits, those seeds are also healthy, used for different medicinal things. So when it comes to agriculture, you have to always improve yourself. You have to always read up. You have to always think about something. And like the first story I said, that's the first harvest I made with my catfish. They came to pack it. I didn't know that they've already tampered with the scale. So I thank God I had to take somebody along, a more experienced farmer. I took him along. So he was the one that noticed they've tampered with the scale. No matter what we weigh, everything was just weighing 25 kg. If you put 50 kg on it, it will weigh 25 kg. If you put 30 kg on it, it will weigh 25 kg. Then the man said, no, you are not selling this, pour it back. Then I started thinking about, if you pour it back, the fishes will be weak. Are they going to die? What are we going to do about it? The man said, don't worry, just pour it back. I'm not selling this. Then when they left, that was when he told me that, do you know you can smoke those fishes instead of just allowing them die? Sorry. So that was when we started smoking catfish. So all those weak fishes, we just packed it to the pond and smoked them. I was like, wow, so I can make this amount. If I sold that fish fresh, I was going to make like 300,000. And while drying it, I was going to make like 1 million plus. So I was not telling myself that, why on earth will I be stressing myself, waiting for 3 months, 4 months to make just 3,000, 300,000, where I can be making my money often and smooth. So for catfish, you can do apart from smoking it, like I said earlier, fish oil is also very healthy, and so many people don't know. And fish oil is something that is not even common in the market. So people are not even selling it yet. Fish oil is just few people that sells fish oil. So it's also a very, very lucrative business. Fresh fruits. Fresh fruits can be made into juice. We have so many youths now that's the only thing they sell. Different pineapple juice, orange juice, everything. And even the seeds are very, very important, are very, very healthy. Recently, I started selling herbs. I started selling seedlings. I started reading about importance of moringa, importance of soursop, importance of, everybody around me now is either, cancer, diabetes, this or that. And when you are approaching 40 or you're in your 40s, you start thinking about, thinking healthy. And because of my nature of business, I'm always busy and I don't eat. I have poor feeding habits and I take a lot of coke. And I know it's not good for me. So why should I be doing what I'm not? Why should I be preaching what I'm not, what I'm not practicing? So I started reading about these interesting plants. Then I read and I saw about Panadol plants. Do you know there's actually a plant called Panadol plants that you can eat and you don't have to take Panadol. Headache is gone. Menstrual cramps is gone. It works for so many things. And you know there are some plants that you can actually use to cook without using Maggi and salt. There's so many healthy plants you can use to cook. So many things you can do with plants. Everything agriculture is life. I always tell people, agriculture is life. Gone are the days while in school, agric students, they are the least of the people they least of the important people. When they want to do anything social, they just believe you people don't know anything and all. Then I always ask one question: can you people actually do without us? You can't do without us. Without food, there's no life. So agriculture is actually very, very dynamic. You can take different aspects. Don't let me divert. So each value you had increases the income, no matter how little the value is. Like I cited the example about water then. No matter, water is water. You're not processing water. But that packaging alone is the value you've added to it. The value you're going to add to is things. It can be as little as logistics, as transportation. And that brings me to their logistics business. I just thought about it that when I started my business, I started 13 years ago. Do you know that I started selling to Ibadan people during coronavirus period? I just had this mentality that Ibadan people don't buy. Then I just focused on Lagos and outside the country. So I had only my customers outside the country and outside Ibadan, that's Lagos. Then I now noticed I started paying for big thousands for logistics. I started paying for every day. I started paying a whole lot of money for logistics. During coronavirus, that was when I started meat sharing. The people cannot go out, but I have cow, I have goats, I have this I can kill and share to people. And then we'll be killing 6, 7 goats in a day, and I'll be paying 70 something thousand. This is for logistics, both within and outside the battle. I just thought about it that why can't I just solve that problem too? Why can't I be that solution, that's a problem solver? Why putting that money out? That was when I started my logistics business. So I do logistics business within me, but if you buy something from me, it's my logistics company that is delivering it. If you are taking it to Lagos, it's my logistics company that is doing it. Then I have logistics company outside the country that also collaborates with us, that deliver outside the country. So what I'm trying to say is things as little as logistics is also adding value to agricultural products. It's also beyond agriculture. Adding value logistics is also adding value, as simple as that. So we have different techniques for adding value, different techniques. Because I went for one training long time ago and they were local farmers and they were saying, if we don't have money for machines, we don't have money for dehydrators, we don't have money for this, we don't have money for that, how do we add value to those things? Then I told them, there are some things some people don't know. Okay, because of the name, they feel, oh, she should have different machines. Even the machines that I have sometimes, I don't use them. I use ordinary sunlight. For my vegetable, I prefer using sunlight. The only thing is you just be hygienic about it. I prefer using sunlight. For my cow skin, I prefer to use sunlight because I from experience, I noticed using natural things to process. It helps to maintain the nutrition. It helps to maintain the taste. It helps to maintain the way it looks. So you can actually add value with ordinary sunlight. So you don't have to break the bank to add value or start thinking that I have to buy all these big drying machines, I have to buy all these dehydrating machines. You can start from anywhere. So food processing, that's what I've been talking about since, is adding value. Packaging and branding is adding value. And I always talk about branding too. Some people, I went to a friend's store a few days ago and she was using black nylon to sell her goods. I asked her, why would you be using black nylon? She said, she's selling cheap, so she cannot afford to use I was like, do you know where your nylon gets to? You cannot get the way your goods are going. You're not following the goods. So what would they look for? What would they use to remember you? It's because I don't know. You're producing something very beautiful. You're selling something very, very beautiful, and it goes like that. It goes like that to one house, and that's the end. For instance, there was a particular time that I always supply fish to banks in Ibadan. Branding is very important. Branding is very important. I'm not big on social media, but social media is the in thing now, so I advise everybody to be on social media. But I do different things. If you are in Ibadan very well, you would have seen my billboard somewhere. I do radio jingles, I do all these things. Branding is very important. I always tell my staff, if you pack a product, for example, this is a box of catfish, snail, foodstuff, everything is inside. If you pack a product and the product gets to a place that they have like 50 people, yourself will not, when they open the product, you will not jump out of the product to start explaining that, oh, this is the reason why we packed this like this. This is the reason why this is packed like that. So number one, when you're packing a product, you make sure you're packing something that is perfect into it. And number two, let there be a name, something that they'll use to look for you. There's this very popular actress that we all know, that if I mention, everybody will know. She's my customer. And how did she get to know me? I went to deliver fish to a bank. They delivered the fish and my sticker was on it. And normally we always deliver fish in nylon if it's not outside Ibadan. But that particular day, because the fish was hot and fresh from the oven, I used a very clean carton, a new carton. The sticker was on it. Then they delivered. You know those actresses, those popular people, they don't go to the counter. They go inside like the guy's office to go and do their transactions. So that was when they delivered the fish. And she was like, where did you get this in this Ibadan? And opening it alone, you know, it's even fresh. So the smell, till date, that woman patronizes me. So imagine there was no branding. Imagine there was nothing to look for me. Imagine there was nothing to trace me. That would just be the end. So okay, so this on the screen now. This is just normal gari rice and everything. This is just December package products. So December period, we have so many people that does hampers, they do drinks, all these fancy things. Then I'll be like, why would I tell people to just come and buy fish and pomo and panla for their parents or for their loved ones? How is it going to look attractive? Then I thought about this package. So it's just fish, that small one has just fish and pomo inside. So you can, your packaging speaks for you. Your packaging is what will advertise you. You don't even need to do too much advertisement. Your packaging is what, before they check what is inside, they would have seen your packaging. So that's for branding. Then we have grading and sorting. That's about picking the right things. That's also part of adding value to your products. Like a customer came to me last week and she was telling me that Hausa fish, why can't she buy fish from Hausa people? I'm not spoiling their market, but I not told her that when we are on the farm and there is mortality or anything, it's Hausa people that comes to pack fish. When there are so many, when they're dead, there was a time I went to a market and I saw a man picking fish from the gutter, cleaning it and selling back. So I told this person that when they say you should buy from us, that 1,000 naira difference is not going to kill you. You don't know what you're buying. At least you are sure of what you're buying from us. So when it comes to grading and sorting, make sure you source good products. Make sure you source a product that you can stand and argue. That woman was arguing about how their fish is better than my own. And I carried chair, I sat in front of her and I was proving. I said, excuse me, ma, let me reintroduce myself. My name is so. I studied this. I know about, you cannot tell me dead fish is dead fish. You cannot compare quality. So I tried to explain to her. And since that day, she has been coming. Anytime she wants to buy things as little as pepper, because she just believes that, oh, this girl knows what she's doing. So many people think food is food. If you start making people start understanding that food is not food. Food is not food, yours is different. So when you're doing your grading and sorting well, they know that they can trust you with their health. Preservation techniques. So many people, so that things will last long, they use different preservative methods. We don't use any preservative. Try to go natural because of people's health. So when you don't use preservative, means that you cannot have a whole lot of things on the shelf at the same time. You have to be producing as often as possible to keep it fresh. No matter what we have on our shelves, if you are exporting, we know that we are making it fresh for you. So the fact that people know that they're coming to you and they're getting something fresh, they're getting grade 1, they will definitely come to you for that. Organic, and I think, yes, I've mentioned that. Ready-to-eat products, I've also said that. Secondary processing, nutrition and enhancement. For example, that sour soup. It's not everybody that can just chew the leaf. It's not everybody that can just, But sour soup is now made into tea bags. There's also somebody that thought about that. It's made into tea bags that you can easily just drink as tea. We also have a product that is Zobo and Ginger. It's made into tea bags like Lipton tea. You can easily cook and drink. Bitter leaf, uncle, like me, I don't like bitter things. But now that we have bitter leaf tea, it's easier to take. This value addition techniques, if I want to go into it, we're going to spend the whole day here. So let me just move into something else. Go on to something else. Women in Nigeria and Africa generally, they already play vital roles in farming. When you go to farms, you see our women planting this, planting that. So this is the time to let them know that that thing that they are planting, it can actually scale up their business. It can actually make them make the business something that is sustainable, something that their children will never lack. Instead of remaining only in processing, we should also be, instead of being remaining in producing, we should also be a processor. We should also be a marketer. We should also be a business owner. We should also be an entrepreneur. We cannot just be producing and producing alone. Let us also process. Let us diversify. Let us think out of the box. Let us do different unique things. Value addition helps to increase profits. These are the advantages of adding value to your products. I've already mentioned some. It helps to increase profits. It reduces post-harvest losses. For example, now you planted corn and you brought everything to the market and you couldn't sell all. What do you do to the remains? You can process it into different things. That corn alone, you cannot pour it away now. You cannot pour it. I'll go back to catfish. You know when you do catfish fillet, that you are removing the bones. Fillet simply means you are removing the bones. It doesn't have head. It doesn't have anything again. The bones and the back and everything. Do you know you can also blend it, and that's also a spice. That's spice on its own. So nothing. You cannot waste anything when it comes to if you are adding value. So it reduces loss. It adds gain, and it reaches wider markets. For example, now, can you carry fresh ewedu to US, to Canada? Yes, I think some people, you can do it now, but imagine it being dried and packaged. Your product can go anywhere. I always make jest of myself that the places my product has gone that I've not even gotten to have, because it has traveled in supermarkets in US, Canada, UK. If you did not add value to it, there's no how those products can go far. So if you add value to your agricultural products, it opens a wider range. It gives you that more opportunity to go into bigger markets. Adding value can simply mean having a NAFDAC number on your products. For example, you've been selling in your house, you've been selling you've been processing, packaging, but you cannot go to supermarkets. Adding value is just you going to take your necessary documents and start supplying supermarkets. Start supplying big places. You know, there are some things that when you get to a stage that it's people that will be calling you for that product. You don't have to stress yourself. You don't have to be going to the market to advertise. That is if your choice of your quality is top notch from the beginning. Because what's the point having good branding, good marketing skills, good everything, and your products is bad? So build sustainable business. The only thing you can use to build sustainable business is by your loyalty, your consistency. When people know that if they ask you for this thing today, you are there. They ask you tomorrow, you are there. If you sell something today and they ask you tomorrow, you don't have. If they ask you next tomorrow, maybe you have one or two. They would rather go to the vendor that has everything. So try to be consistent and try to be truthful in everything you do, in your package. Those are the little things that will make people come back to you. Because when you are truthful, like I always tell people, so many people are doing food processing, food packaging now. But when you are truthful, they will always come back to you. They'll know this person is going to speak the truth. They'll know this person will not lie. Let your 1 kg be 1 kg. Let your 500 grams be 500 grams. There's a big supermarket here in this Ibadan. I will not mention their names. They came to us, we gave them our price. Then they told us that instead of putting 500 grams, that we should be putting 400 or 450 grams. Then I asked them, are you going to remove our sticker? Is it going to carry your name? They said no. If it's going to carry my name, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't, because we have some people that they will go to that length to confirm what you're selling to them. So make sure you are truthful in everything you do. So I want to talk about 5 practical steps to build a sustainable agribusiness. I hope I still have time. Start solving problems. I think I've said that. Solve a problem. Ask yourself, what are the challenges my customers are facing? Then solve it. Number 2, focus on your quality. I cannot but overemphasize on that. Your quality is very, very important. Good hygiene. Use good packaging. Be consistent. Use good marketing tools. There are different types of marketing tools. Use what works for you. I always tell people, what works for me is my WhatsApp status. What works for some people is Instagram posts. What works for some people is LinkedIn. Look for what works for you and use the marketing tools. And when it comes to business or agribusiness, you cannot copy because you have to look at the things in your environment. It's the things in your environment that is going to give you the answers to your business. Not that you are seeing somebody doing this and you're copying. Yes, it's good to have a mentor. Yes, a mentor can put you through. A mentor has made a mistake, and it's better they tell you so that you don't make the same mistake. But at the same time, you also need your own initiative to think, to do your own market survey, and make sure you see the things around you, and you should have a target market. Like I've always said from the beginning that if you want to sell on credit, you starting it, you keep selling on credit. If you have the belief that if you want to run a business in Africa, that you must sell on credit, then you have to be selling on credit. But when I started my business, I told myself that I'm not selling anything credit. So then in my invoice, you see full payment validates order. Even if you are buying goods worth millions, full payment validates order. That's when we're going to start your order. That's when we're going to process it. If you're having a conversation with me, we're just gisting until you make full payment. So you have to have this standard that you set up for yourself. That these are the kind of customers I want to be selling to. This is what I want to be selling. I don't want to sell on credit. And that is what our mindset is very, very important. That's why I have a mental health group. I always tell them that your mindset in everything you do is very, very important. Because before anything comes, before you do anything, it comes to your mind first. So your mindset is very, very important in everything you do. Build your brand. How do you build your brand? You build your brand by having, I've even said everything. Buying people, let people buy your trust. Let people know, people don't only buy the product, they buy the personality, they buy your trust, they buy that confidence, they buy that, oh, she knows what she's doing. So build that brand enough that when you're not around, the brand can run on its own. Choose a business name. Design attractive packaging. I don't know, it keeps coming back. Tell your story. Be consistent. This brings me back to your interests. When we have students, they come and they say they want to learn. I'll say, what is your interest? They say they want to learn everything. It's not possible. Wouldn't you also start everything in a day? You have to know your interest. Okay, I'm interested in plants. I'm interested in seedlings. I'm interested in seeds. I'm interested in animals. Know your interests. That's your interest. That is what you're going to build on. Then other things will come in. So knowing your interest is very important too. Use technology. Use technology. My son used to call me old school. I'm very young, but he used to call me old school that I don't know so many things happening. But when the Yoruba people say, "Taye ba se yi, le ma ba won yi," it means as the world is turning, you turn towards that side, or else you'll be left behind. You will be left behind. If you want to say, this is how I was taught, this is how I've been doing it since 13 years, this is how I know how to do it, and you're not moving with the new age. Somebody was telling me yesterday that, why are you employing graduates? Are they not supposed to be just sales reps? Because I know what I'm looking for. I know the kind of value I'm looking for. I know the things, I know where I'm weak and I need them. I know what I cannot do and I need them to do. My patience level is 0 when it comes to sitting down like this. I'm always here and there, here and there. So I need people that can sit down and do things, when it comes to things that they need to write. So use technology is very, very important. Then keep learning. And you can learn from anybody. You can learn from a child. You can learn from somebody that is just, you can learn from even the dumbest person. Be open-minded. Just know that anybody can teach you. You can learn from anybody. You can gain from anything. You can actually learn from people's problems. You can learn from teaching people. So keep learning. For the challenges women face, I don't know if I still have time. I'm trying to check the time. Challenges women face. Women face different challenges. Limited access to fund is the number one and major thing. We have less access to fund, land ownership. Apart from not only land ownership, when it comes to business, when women are doing business, we face a lot of challenges in the sense that even you going to rent a shop, I've never rented, okay, yes, I have a shop now, but I always rent flats because I always like space. I have different places to do different things. If you want to rent a place and you're not married, then when I was not married, they'll tell you they cannot rent it to you. If you want to rent a place and you want to use it for business, then hearing that you want to use it for business alone is enough reason not to rent it for you. So women face a whole lot of challenges when it comes to agriculture, processing, and all. Limited market access. Yes, limited market access. I think we talked about that too. Balancing your business with family. This is not easy. I always tell my students that now that you're not married, try to do a whole lot of things. Try to put your structure in place so that when you get married, because there's no how, no matter how, because this is a topic on its own. Balancing your business with your family responsibility is a topic on its own. Number one, you pray to have a supportive partner. Number two, you have to be there for your children. You have to be there because you cannot be feeding people and your family will lack. You cannot be feeding, like my children, my first son, is now 11. He doesn't eat meat. He doesn't eat fish. He eats only chicken. He eats meat as suya. So you can imagine me doing a whole lot of things and I can lock those two children in my store and they will not take anything. They don't just like food. I don't know why. So I started being intentional about what they eat. That was when I thought about fish powder. It was my children that made me think about fish powder because they don't eat fish. Oh, where are you not getting protein? Where are you getting all this? They don't eat ewedu. They don't eat vegetables. So I started adding fish powder to everything, as little as pap, as little as anything. You can add fish powder to anything. So balancing your business with family responsibility is also very, very important. You don't have to start big. Don't let your current situation determine your future. You don't have to start big. Start where you are. Start with what you have and start with what you know. The moment you start thinking about an idea, know that somebody else is thinking about it. And the moment you start, and once I always tell people, when you start a business, failure is part of the process. You fail, you start again. You fail, you continue. You fail, you continue. So imagine not starting. All those years of gathering your failure for growth, you're just delaying it. So start where you are, start with what you have, and start with what you know, and keep learning. Small constant steps, that is what grows the business. That's what grows a thriving business. Small constant step. Just do it and keep going. Be consistent about it. Remember that every successful entrepreneur started from somewhere. So start now and stop wasting time. In conclusion, agriculture is no longer just farming. It is creating value, solving problems, building brands, and creating wealth. As a woman, we have creativity, resilience, and determination to transform agriculture and contribute to the food security and economic development in Africa. I encourage every woman listening today to begin a farm, look for opportunities, and build on it. Thank you once again, Awola. Am I right? Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, my professors. Thank you for having me, and thank you for allowing me to share my experience. God bless you.
God bless you too. What do we say? That was a masterclass. I see all the emojis. I mean, what do we say? That was a full head-on masterclass. I was just taking notes and dropping things in the chat. Oh my God, what do we see? What do we see? Okay, let me invite Barrister Shoemi wants to say something first because I'm still in awe, but I want to believe it's been very valuable for every one of us. Barrister Shoemi, I see you somewhere. Let me see if I can find you. Because I don't know. I hope we are taking action points. Because after all this beautiful, our network went off. After all this beautiful hands-on encouragement, we should not be the same again. You know, one of the dreams I believe we have in Aola is that those that are currently being mentored will become financially sustainable via business, and they can all start to support Awola in the next couple of years because our funders do not have enough money to support us again. So we are hoping that we'll be able to. So awesome. Thank you so much, Miss Funmi. Thank you so much. Awesome session. In fact, a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things to mention, a lot of things to highlight. I don't even know where to start from. So let's take questions. We have questions. If we have questions, if there are points of clarification, if there are questions, if there are points of clarification, let us please put it in the chat. Let's start to take questions and points of. Yes, Victoria says this was a masterpiece, well delivered, awesome. And you see, she said something about mindsets. Queen, we are coming. She said something about mindset, and I feel like your mindset is like the biggest thing ever. Where she said, when sorry, I have a cough. It's gotten better anyway. Where she said, at some point she wasn't selling to people in her location, she was selling outside her location. I was on a live call yesterday and somebody was complaining that the people in her location are not buying from her, and I remember telling her that go to another location. It's simple, it's a mindset problem. So let's check our mindset. Some of us say our annual revenue is still 300,000, and that's what one person is making on one sale. So our mindset, if you think that you can make that money, then you can. If you think you cannot make that money, you cannot. Queen, by the way, I hope you are thinking of how to add value to your ginger, because when she was talking about value, you kept crossing my mind. So let's take questions and feedback. Yes, Queen, please go ahead. Queen, please go ahead, or do I have to enable you to talk? Okay. Yes, please go ahead, Queen.
Okay, thank you. Wonderful session. Thank you, our dynamic Funmi Adams. We have really learned a lot. We have learned. So I want to understand, you specifically emphasized on using natural sunlight to dry your products. I'm a scientist and we're doing a lot of innovations concerning drying. So how do you tackle the rainy season? Because I know realistically that we'll have much longer rainy season. So how do you tackle drying during rainy season? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let me address all the questions. Oh, okay, please go ahead. You can answer. Please go ahead. You can answer.
Thank you. That question is very interesting. Okay, so what I do is I try to process a whole lot of things during dry season. And I don't say I don't use ovens and dehydrators at all. I just prefer using natural sunlight. And when you use natural sunlight too, it also has its own disadvantage. For example, the shelf life is shorter than you using a dehydrator. So the shelf life is shorter when you're using natural sunlight. That's the disadvantage of using natural sunlight. But to your question, I always try to process as much as possible during dry season. And during rainy season, we have no choice than to use our dehydrator or ovens. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I hope that answers your question. Victoria Olabode. Victoria.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ma, for that insightful session. Thank you. I really enjoyed it. I think while you were speaking, I went to your Instagram page to check most of the product offering, and I was like, wow, this is the same agriculture we are all doing. I'm really, really inspired, Ma. So my question goes to, I saw somewhere that you were asking for organic farmers, and almost all of that you were asking for supplies from organic farmers. Most of us here are organic farmers, though me, I'm trying to venture into, but one of my colleagues here, Chisom, is into ginger, and unfortunate into okra. We're asking, is it possible for us to become like your suppliers, since we are actually looking for a market for organic products? Thank you.
Yes, I think if you've checked my page, you will see a recent post I made about looking for organic farmers. I'm always happy when I meet. The last workshop I went to talk about farmers. That was where we got our vegetable suppliers from. So I'll be very glad if we can work together. I like collecting natural things from the source. If you're not using any chemicals, you're not using any anything to make anything to add anything that is chemical. we'll be very glad to work with you. So yes, we can work together. You can be our supplier.
I love
Thank you.
that you are already shooting your shots. That's part of the confidence and boldness that we're talking about. All right, so you can, I'm sure that on that Instagram page, there must have been an instruction on how to go about it, but you can also reach out to me if you need our contact. I believe it's fine to share. Let's take Fortune.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for that very interesting section. So my question is on packaging. Yeah, so after drying and all that. So I don't know if you could throw some more light when it comes to packaging because I listened to a program and I got to know that there are some customers, this has been into it for a while. I know there are some customers that are conscious of the end life of packaged goods, like what we use to package. So, is there an add value or are there environmentally friendly packages that we can use? Or when it comes to recycling of packaging, I don't know if you can just throw some more light on it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That packaging actually depends on the kind of products you are packaging. It depends on the type of products. I can't really. It just depends on the kind of product you're packaging, and about choosing the right type of packaging, health-wise or just aesthetic-wise. That depends on you. I always tell people, be creative about your packaging and read about it. For example, now you want to package water. Try to read about it. What type of container can you put it that will make it safe? Can you put it that's going to preserve the shelf life? Can you put it that's going to keep the taste, the quality? So it depends on the package, the products you are working with. You can be creative about it, but at the same time, while trying to be creative, also think about it that is this thing healthy for the type of products I'm putting inside? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. I permit me to just add that another thing that you can also put into consideration, which you had mentioned before, is know your customers, the kind of customers that you want to sell to. Because if you overly package and your customers are buying at say 15 naira or 500 naira, you spent all your money on that. But the quality of the customers that you are also selling to will determine your package. So let's have that. I thought to just buttress that. Okay, let's take Victoria Ochecha.
Good morning, everyone. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. In fact, I am really awed. Like the whole lecture is just been. I'm just trying to absorb it one after the other. I have a whole lot of notes. I'm really grateful. Thanks to Madam Funmi Adams. Thanks to Noan for bringing this on board. Because while coming on the program, you hear so much organic agriculture, farming, and then I've been asking the question, what happens to the other aspects of farming, like the processing, just all of what you have said? It's more like today's lecture webinar series was more like for me. So I am grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ma. There's a whole lot that has been given to us on a platter of gold. I really appreciate. Well, one of the questions that I had to do with the packaging as well. When we talk of organic farming, organic agriculture rather, we are looking at all sectors, all across the value chain, making it organic. That's also a value addition to what we're talking about, ensuring that it's organic, also has its own market. So in terms, one of us has actually asked, but my question really was, is there anything like organic packaging for products? As bearing in mind that these products also have the products, we are considering the shelf life of the products. So is there anything like organic packaging that could be put across? Then it really intrigues me to hear that you don't use preservatives. Is it that you don't add synthetic preservatives or like chemicals or something, or are they natural preservatives to some of your products? So that's my question, and I'm saying thank you again because it's really an eye opener for me. A couple of like last year, I didn't know I was doing something like this. Well, when a family member told me, "Oh, you are in Ibadan, please help me get some products, help me get this," and then I did all the marketing, I sourced, I processed, I packaged, and I sent it off just like that, not knowing that it could have even been something that with branding on it, it could have gone far. Thank you so much. It's really an eye opener. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. So these are my questions. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so let me start with the use of preservative. I haven't used any preservative so far. So what we do is, I told you that I have my target market, and my idea of farming or selling natural products is not to keep them so long on the shelf life, on the shelves. Sorry. So things like, for example, if you are doing ginger,
Okay.
you need a dry nylon for ginger. You need like a paper bag for ginger. If you are doing things that will be in the freezer, you don't need anything that has paper. If you're going to use anything that has like you use like Ziplocs or more of plastic. So it actually depends, like I said earlier, it depends on the type of products that you are packaging. If you want to package, and okay, for things like ayamashi sauce, ewagoyin sauce, that will stay long. That one is like a paste. What we do
Yes.
is, I don't know if you know this Ghanaian shito, I don't know if I pronounce it right. The way they fry it. The way they fry that it lasts long. That's exactly the way we process all those things. So there's no need to put it in the only preservative we use is maybe put in the freezer or put in the fridge or open to sunlight or repackage or receive or select. So we don't use any preservative at all. And because of the type of market for some, yes, it can last for 1 year on the shelf, especially when you use dehydrator to dehydrate your spices. It can last 1 year on the shelf.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. Dr. Akudo.
Select and sell unique things. There was a time we were selling ginger and garlic paste. Ginger and garlic paste with turmeric. There's no how you're going to taste that ginger and garlic paste, then you not start adding it to all you are cooking. So before you know it is gone, you want more. So we don't really sell things that should actually stay long. We focus on that freshness. Have I answered the two questions?
Yes, thank you, ma. The longevity I was talking about is in terms of exports. Sometimes we hear that
Oh, okay.
these things spend a long time while on transit. So
So
before
let
it
me use
gets to the final consumer.
snail and catfish as an example. Apart from foodstuff, we all know that foodstuff can last long. Okay, let me even start from foodstuff. For beans now, if you are exporting beans, we had pepper. For rice, if you want to export of other rice, we had bay leaf. If you want to dry, if it's something that we're going to process and dry ourselves, like catfish and snail, you know that we have the moisture level of catfish, we have the moisture level of snail. You will make sure the moisture level is reduced to almost nothing. That's when you're going to have a very long shelf life. Our catfish stays very long on shelves. In fact, but because it doesn't stay long, people eat it almost immediately. We ship 2 weeks, 10 days. But there was this particular time that a customer shipped our catfish through sea. And sea shipping takes a very long time.
Yes, yes.
And he still confirmed that it was still fresh and neat. So far, the moisture level is gone when it comes to fish. It will stay as long as possible. And another thing is, if you're packing that fish for export for that long time, you don't put it in things like nylon. When you put it in things like nylon and sun touches the nylon, then it will turn to moisture. The moisture will turn to vapor. I don't know if I'm right, though. It's been long I went to school. Correct me. Then you see that water will now make it start forming mold, start bringing out mold. But when you want to send something like that, it's always better when there's a paper, when it's inside a box. It will maintain that smell, that freshness. And so far, the processing was properly done from the beginning. Properly done, I mean, like well washed, well degutted. You know those guts, those are the things that used to spoil it fast. It is very, very clean and well dried. Once all those things are done properly, you have no problem. It will stay long, even if it is sea shipping. My fish stays long on sea. So processing too matters. You have to process it well.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Dr. Akudo, ma'am. Dr. Akudo.
Okay. Hello, Hezibah. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, now we can hear you, ma'am.
Hezibah, are you
Yes,
hearing me
ma, we
now?
can. Yes, we can hear you now, ma.
Okay. My own is just to say to Funmi Adams, this presentation is just wowcious, honestly. I just want to add my voice to what she said concerning going natural, using natural sun in drying. I had this experience when I did my first year farming, when I was running my PhD. I had
I can't hear her again. Hello?
Same. Doctor, there's nothing as painful as network interrupting a conversation. Oh my God. Uh, Doctor, we can't hear you. There's a big crack. Oh, the network has thrown her out. So let's hope that she can come back on the call. And okay, let me take one more question or feedback or contribution as we begin to wrap up. I wanted to take let me see, I'm looking at what to call so that we can begin to wrap up. All right, but it's been an insightful session. Thank you so much, Ms. Fumi. I will share, let me see if I can find her contacts. Is it okay to share your contact? By me, you can even reach out to her on Instagram. Can reach out to the business page on Instagram. So I wanted to say something after speaking with her 2 days ago. Again, when I'm saying this to buttress some of the things that she has said, and I particularly like that. Okay, that's funny. Okay, so I particularly like that she also preaches what she does. So we were just discussing ahead of the webinar, and she mentioned, oh, we do meat sharing. I'm like, meat sharing me. Anything convenience, count me in, not because I'm a lazy person, but because there's too much work for me to do, right? So convenience, I am number one teammate. If all my friends know that I'm the soft life person, I work hard, but anything that can make my life easy, trust me, I'm there. And so she mentioned, oh, they were doing cow sharing. I don't know if that. I said, okay, please just send me your customer rep's number. Now, see, she has structure. And she sent the customer rep's number. I started, they sent me the long list of all their products. I went through it. I was in a meeting while I was doing that, though, right? I went through it and I made my order. Now, some things I noticed, the delivery was very easy. This is literally the first time okay, maybe second time that I'm having a delivery process that was that easy because of where I live. It was really easy. It was easy, it was fast, it was cheap. Now, for those that are in Ibadan, for context, I live in Oluyole. I wanted to buy something just at Mobile, a small, and they were charging me 3,000 for delivery. And here was I wanting to buy something from Alalubosa, Aleshonye Axis, and they were charging me 2,000 naira, I be 2,500. And they were going to bring in like doorstep delivery. It blew my mind. I'm like, how does this person do it that the delivery is cheap? Because again, you have to make your business as simple for your customers as possible. Convenience is one thing that you must sell. And because of that, like that 3K one from Mobile to Oluyole, I'm like, normal bike is 200 naira. Why are you charging me 3,000? I didn't buy that. I didn't make that order. So that was it. It was easy, the process. You have to start thinking outside of the box within your business. What can I do? How can I add value? And truly, even the pomo I got from her, the cow skin, my God, I was showing my husband and I said, this is the value of this is more than what I buy for 10,000. And the packaging was even far better. It was far better than the one I was just buying. They are giving me in a black nylon. That black nylon can be very upsetting. And this particular, I wish I even brought it to show us. It was still a nylon, but it was white, it was transparent. The last thing I will share is that your branding, put your business name on your product. Have quality products and put your business name on it. She shared that. So when the package arrived, I'm going to put up the video. I actually recorded a video for you. So I am doing is it UGC content? I did a UGC content for her because I was so impressed. She didn't have to pay me for that. So I'm saying this so that when I put out the video, you know. You know, even from the packaging, you could see her business name and her contact detail. I bought a particular outfit 4 years ago, actually. And I've worn that outfit again and again. You know how you wear clothes and just dump it somewhere. So I dumped the clothes. I wasn't wearing it. So recently I was rearranging my wardrobe and I'm like, this clothes I've not worn it in a while. I brought it out. It was still looking good. I was even on a meeting call with the outfit. And I was looking for the I couldn't remember the name of the designer. I can't remember who I bought it from. I know the ladies in Lagos. I just can't remember her business name. And I'm like, oh, if I buy a new one, it will make sense. I started searching everywhere on the clothes. I couldn't find the contact number. So that's just to say that your brand, so that when she was saying a brand has gotten to places that she has not gotten to, and they can always come back to refer her because it was well packaged. So put out a quality product and put your contact on it. You don't know who is going to need your business. Now I'm stuck because I've been looking for this particular vendor. I can't find her contact number, and she has lost that sale. So now I have to look for. In fact, I was even thinking of maybe snapping the picture and doing a Google search, but I'm like, why am I stressing myself this much? I don't remember the vendor's number, and I've heard it again and again of people saying we want to buy this, but we don't remember the vendor. We don't know the vendor's contact. So let's put our contacts, put our quality products, and put your contacts there. I don't know if Dr. Akudo is able to still make the call. Dr. Akudo, I'm just checking from the chat. She's not able to make the call. Let me see if Barrister Shoyemimo is on the call so that she can give a feedback to our guests. She's also not on the call. All right, Miss Odukoya, let me go to Mrs. Odukoya. Oh no, I'm not even sure, Miss Odukoya. In fact, Dr. Okoye, let me do Dr. Okoye because she's the one that wants us to brand. What did she say we should brand? I can't remember the joke she was sharing. Dr. Okoye, let's wrap up. Thank you everyone for joining the call. If it's okay, let's turn on our video so that we can take pictures, digital pictures for our record purpose. Some people network has not been nice to them today. So while I invite Dr. Okoye for a closing remark. So can we turn on our videos? Monica, thank you for joining and staying with us. All right. So what do we say to Mrs. Funmi? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was a master.
Videos are restricted.
You said what? Our videos are restricted. Oh,
yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please check now. We should all be able to unmute and turn on our videos. Thank you so much to all our participants from outside Nigeria. I hope this was valuable for you. Thank you for joining our call. We hope that you join subsequent calls. I know some people are from Awola, some are outside Awola. Thank you to everyone. Thank you. Dr. Okoye, I'm still waiting for you. If you are able to give, or is Dr. Akudo back? I mean, see all these reviews flying out. See all these reviews flying out. The replay will be available. Maybe we should make it at a fee, but don't worry, it's been paid for by Awola and God's grace and our facilitator. So thank you. Let me see if I can still get Dr. Akudo for a closing remark. Okay, let me do Queen. Queen, please give us a closing remark and help us thank our facilitator. You started for us, so close for us.
Wow, it's an honor. It's an honor. Thank you. Our able coordinator, Awola Nigeria. Our dynamic Funmi Adams. This session was wonderful. I thank God I didn't miss out. Awola Cohort 1 have always prayed for this kind of opportunities. We were saying, oh, I hope Cohort 1 will not always miss out in these opportunities. But we want to say thank you to Noan, thank you to Awola for including us. We are grateful. Thank you to Pelham, Kenya. Thank you, Monica. It was nice seeing your face. Thank you for the good representation at the finance conference. Thank you, Professor Jude. That was an insightful and opening. You triggered our spirit. Thank you, the NOAN president, Professor Olainka. That was wonderful having you on board. Our male allies that have not mentioned, thank you for coming up. You always beef up our programs. You always encourage us with your presence. And in overall, I want to say this session was wonderful. For those that left before it ended, I'm sure they certainly missed something. From the beginning of Fumi's program to the end, every session was worthwhile. Everything she said was worthwhile. It was wonderful. We are grateful. Thank you, coordinator, once again for coordinating this program. God bless us all.
God bless us all. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I've taken pictures, so I wish each and every one of us a beautiful, beautiful rest of the week and weekend. Thank you all. We will see again. Yes, I'm going to share the recording on WhatsApp. The same way we got the link, I'll share the recording there so that we can have the recording as well. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely rest of the day. Thank you, Miss Fumi.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye.